Homebuyers, did you know that waiting until spring could cost you an extra $23,000? Well, new data shows that January is actually the least expensive month of the year to buy a home. And here's the math on why you should stop waiting. Hello, I'm Frank Kenny with Living in Los Angeles, South Bay. And today we're going to talk about why January and February are the best months to buy a home in the year. You may not want to put your home buying plans into hibernation mode this winter. While a lot of people assume spring is the ideal time to buy a house, new data shows January or February may actually be the best time of year for budget-conscious buyers. Kind of surprising, right? Well, here's why January and February deserve a serious look. First is prices tend to be lower this time of year. As shown by this graph, LendingTree says January is the best and least expensive month to buy a home. And there's something to that. January has historically offered one of the lowest price per square foot points of the entire year. But the spring? Well, that's when demand and prices actually peak. And that's not speculation. It's a well-known trend based on years of market data. So how much less are we talking? Well, here's a look at the numbers. Keep in mind that these are national numbers. So our numbers here in Southern California will be larger with our higher home prices. According to the last full year of data for the typical 1,500 square foot house, buyers who closed on their home in January paid around $23,000 less compared to those who bought in May. And that general trend typically holds true each year. Now, your number is going to depend on the price, the size, and the type of home you're buying. But the trend is clear. For today's buyers, it's meaningful savings, especially when affordability is still tight for so many households. Number two, there are fewer buyers and more motivated sellers this time of year, and that is why buyers typically save in the winter. It's simple. Winter is one of the slowest times in the housing market each year. Both buyers and sellers tend to pull back, thinking it's better to wait until spring, or they don't want to deal with it during the holidays. And as a buyer, that means you face less competition, you're less likely to get into a multiple offer scenario, and sellers are more willing to negotiate since there aren't as many buyers. With fewer buyers in the market, you can take your time browsing. But winter doesn't just thin out the pool of buyers, it also reveals which sellers truly need to sell. And because fewer people are house hunting during the cooler months, sellers who really need to move tend to be more open to negotiating. As Realtor.com explains, less competition means fewer bidding wars and more power to negotiate the extras that add up: closing costs, credits, home warranties, even repair concessions. These concessions can end up knocking thousands of dollars off the price of a home. Now, this can include everything from price cuts to covering closing costs, adjusting timelines, and more. It doesn't mean you'll automatically get discounts on every home, but it does mean you're more likely to be taken seriously and given room to negotiate. So should you wait for spring? Well, here's the real takeaway. When you remove the pressure and frenzy that comes with the busy spring season, it becomes much easier to get the home you want at a price that fits your budget. But if you wait until spring, more buyers will be in the market. So waiting could actually mean you spend more money and you have to deal with more stress. Now, only you can decide the right timing for your life, but don't assume you should wait for warmer weather before you move. Buying in January and February gives you less competition, potentially lower prices, and more motivated sellers. And those are three perks you're not going to see if you wait until spring. So the bottom line is that if you've been thinking about taking the next step, buying right now might give you more opportunity than you think. Are you curious what buying in January or February would look like for you? Well, reach out to me and I can help you take a closer look at your numbers and the homes that are available in your area, and we'll go from there. Oh, and please take a look at my video on getting your mortgage pre-approval so you're completely ready to go. Okay, please like and subscribe so you're guaranteed to get all of our current helpful videos, and please feel free to share these useful videos with your family and friends. Well, this is Frank Kenny with Living in Los Angeles, South Bay, and I'll see you on the next video.